Hi my dear English students, I hope you are really well and I hope you enjoy this story that I'm about to read to you. Even though it's about Christmas, I thought that it is very appropriate to hear and to reflect on the message that it has because of the upcoming May 10th, which in many places is Mother's Day. So here it is, my abridged version of The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. $1.87. That was all. And 60 cents of it was in pennies. 3 times Della counted it. $1.87. And the next day would be Christmas. There was clearly nothing to do but to lay down on the shabby little couch and sob. So Della did it. Della lives in a flat that costs $8 per week. In the vestibule lies a check. It reads, $20 to be paid to Mr. James Dillingham Young. A similar check arrives every week. When Mr. James Dillingham Young comes home, he is called Jim. Every time he is hugged by Mrs. James Dillingham Young, who was introduced to you as Della. Della finished her cry and dried her tears. Tomorrow would be Christmas Day, and she had only $1.87 with which to buy Jim a present. She saved every penny she could for months. However, $20 a week is far less money than what they actually need to live, and their expenses were getting higher and higher. She wanted to give her Jim something fine and rare, something worthy. Now, there were 2 possessions of the James Dillingham Youngs in which they both took a mighty pride. One was Jim's gold watch that had been his father's and his grandfather's. The other was Della's hair, as it was far more beautiful than any queen's hair, and Jim's watch would have made any king grin with envy. Della's beautiful hair fell like a cascade of brown waters. It reached below her knee and made itself almost a garment for her. There was something else to do, she thought. Then she did her hair up nervously and quickly. She put on her old brown jacket and her old brown hat, and she fluttered out the door and down the stairs to the street. She stopped at a sign that read, Madame Sofronie, hair goods of all kinds. "Will you buy my hair?" asked Della. "I buy hair," said Madame. "Take your hat off and let's have a look at the looks of yours." Down it fell the brown cascade. $20, said Madame, while she was holding the mass with her hand. "Give it to me quick," said Della. The next 2 hours she spent ransacking the stores for Jim's present. She found it at last. It surely had been made for Jim and no one else. There was no other like it in any of the stores, and she had turned all of them inside out. It was a unique platinum fob chain, simple and chaste in design. It was even worthy of the watch. $21 they took from her for it, and she hurried back home with the 87 cents. When Della got home, she took out her curling irons and went to repair the damage done to her hair. Within 40 minutes her head was covered with tiny close-lying curls that made her look wonderfully like a truant schoolboy. She looked at her reflection in the mirror for a long time, carefully and critically. At 7 o'clock the coffee was made and the frying pan was on the stove, hot and ready to cook the chops. Jim was never late. Della waited with the chain in her hand and sat on the corner of the table. Please, God, make him think I am still pretty, she whispered. The door opened and Jim stepped in and closed it. He looked thin and very serious. Poor fellow, he was only 22 and to be burdened with a family. Jim stopped inside the door. His eyes were fixed on Della, and there was an expression in them that she could not understand, and it terrified her. Della approached him. "Jim, darling," she cried, "don't look at me that way. I had my hair cut off and sold because I couldn't have lived through Christmas without giving you a present. It will grow out again. You don't mind, do you? I just had to do it. My hair grows awfully fast. Say Merry Christmas, Jim, and let's be happy." Jim drew a package from his overcoat pocket and threw it on the table. Then he said, "I don't think there's anything, a haircut, a shave, or a shampoo, that could make me like my girl any less. But if you open that package, you will see why I had that expression on my face." Della opened up her present, and then an ecstatic scream of joy, and then a change to tears. They were the combs, the set of combs that Della had worshipped long in a Broadway window. They were expensive, and now they were hers. But the long hair that should be adorned by them was gone. Still, she hugged the precious gift and said, "My hair grows so fast, Jim." Jim had not yet seen his beautiful present. She held it out to him eagerly upon her open palm. "Isn't it dandy, Jim? I hunted all over town to find it. Give me your watch. I want to see how it looks on it." Instead of obeying, Jim tumbled down on the couch and put his hands under the back of his head and smiled. "Del," said he, "let's put our Christmas presents away and keep them for a while. They are too nice to use just now. I sold the watch to get the money to buy your combs. And now, I suppose you should put the chops on the stove." The Magi, as you know, were wise men who brought gifts to the baby in the manger. They invented the art of giving Christmas presents, and here I have lamely related to you the uneventful chronicle of two foolish children in a flat, who most unwisely sacrificed for each other the greatest treasures of their house. But of all people who give gifts, these two were the wisest. They are the Magi. This is the end of the story. I really hope you like it, and I really hope that you share with me in the comments what you thought about the story. If you thought that it was funny or that it was sad, or what did you feel by listening to it. I really like it because I think it's a little bit funny. I really like it for several reasons. First, it's really nice to see how, despite everything, these people love each other and they really want to give something to each other. And I really like that. To me, it's funny how they end up like choosing exactly to give each other something for that important thing, but then it's exactly just that thing that they end up sacrificing. So, I mean, there are many things that I like about the story. Please tell me, please share with me in the comments what you liked about it. I hope the rest of your day is fantastic, and hope to see you soon. Bye.